A study conducted by Johnson involved using undergraduate teachers differentiating instruction to fit the needs of mixed abilities classroom. Student teachers were encouraged to differentiate content and process, use different learning centers, different materials, and different strategies. The result of the study showed that differentiating instruction engaged and stimulated student interest while providing a gratifying experience for the student teachers. Another study was conducted in Central Elementary School. Despite being one of 11 elementary schools in a high-performing suburban district, Central School's population mirrored its urban neighborhood and was considered a failing school. Students were performing in the 30th percentile in reading, writing, and mathematics on state and district assessments. Poverty was a concern. The student population included 43% culturally and linguistically diverse students, which later increased to 75% over an 8-year period. Approximately 30% of the students spoke English as a second language. In an attempt to improve the school, they implemented the concept of enrichment teaching and learning with an emphasis on curriculum differentiation. From 1997 to 2004, student achievement on state tests increased in all subject areas and in all levels of proficiency. The average percentage of students at or above goal on state reading, writing, and math assessments demonstrated improvements in all segments of the population. The gap of achievement between students with differing socioeconomic status narrowed from 62% to 10%. Additional data showed dramatic improvements by students who were in the lowest level in state assessments. Research after research shows that differentiated instruction yields positive results. Differentiated instruction is not something that teachers can simply learn to do in classes or workshops and implement it in the classrooms. Differentiated instruction involves a common goal and different ways to reach the goal. Teachers need to carefully assess the students to understand their needs and learning styles. Teachers then can respond to the students' needs in the way the content is presented, the way content is learned, and the way students respond to the content. It requires teachers to be flexible in their teaching, to modify the curriculum and their way of presenting the material to fit the needs of the students. So here's what differentiated instruction looks like in a classroom. Here's Jane. She has several cognitive disabilities. Despite her disabilities, she has been successfully included in a general education class with the help of a collaborative team that includes a general education teacher, special education teacher, a speech therapist, an occupational therapist, a part-time paraprofessional, and her parents. She has an individualized education plan set up for her and is not required to move at the pace of the rest of the students or required to pass in the traditional sense. The teacher has observed that Jane enjoys art and anything that involves hands-on learning, such as science labs. Her strengths are spatial and interpersonal intelligences. In class, they are learning about desert environments. She is put into a group and they are required to work together to choose a desert and make a desert mural, including plants, mammals, insects, birds, and reptiles. This allows her to be included in regular classroom activities and uses spatial and interpersonal intelligence. During math, however, when other students perform math operations with larger numbers, Jane participates by building models of some of these numbers involving more of a hands-on approach, which uses her strength in visual spatial intelligence.
Created using pt2.